that natural hair vibe, bro.
There
Like
you
like
go.
like the old pubic hair porno.
The Ron Jeremy of the fucking pizzazz.
There we go.
The good old
Well,
Ron.
fellas, we are live
What up,
down
what up,
here in
what
the
up?
Extra Studios for another episode of OTBS on that Bill shit with me, your host, Freddie Aloso, with my co-host, Big E Mafia. What's going on, bro?
Hey yo, what it do? What it do, family? What's going on to everyone out there listening? Whether you're listening to us on a Sunday or on a Monday, I don't give a damn when you're listening. Thank you for listening. Yo, bro, we got a very
Very
unique
special
individual,
guest.
very special.
Very, very special guest. One of our brothers,
Yes, sir.
coach, father, husband,
Philanthropist.
philanthropist,
All the above, man. And
Rapper.
many more to come.
you know,
Yo,
outdoor enthusiast, X Games professional.
Yo.
Right here.
yo, the only dude that I know from the Bronx
That snowboards.
that snowboards.
Yo,
I've
stop
never
playing,
met-
man. Stop playing, man. I've been out there on these mountains, man, and I be seeing a lot of Dominicans and Puerto Ricans and black dudes out there, man. And they from the Bronx, bro.
I'm gonna just say this right off the bat. I don't believe you.
If you don't
So-
believe me, go check out the Honda Civic that be there in the parking lot, bro. Come on.
Hey, yo,
With the loud
listen, bro.
muffler, man. The fucking Dominican music in the background.
Yo, listen, I got you, bro. But my man be out there on them slopes. Him and the family, they're out there religiously. They out there, doing their thing with on their who's my man, the flying orange, Sean White.
Oh,
know,
Sean
Sean-
White. Yeah. Listen,
The
but that's why I
Olympic
be
gold
joking
medal.
around calling my oldest Sean, man. I call him Sean White when he go down the mountain. Like, he's the one that's really killing it, man. I mean, he's pinning the mountain, as he would tell me, which is like him just going straight, beelining it down the mountain. Me, I'm like, yeah, I got to make it to work tomorrow.
Yeah,
I'll
nah,
make it down.
nah, bro, nah. We ain't doing no crazy stuff no more.
I got to get y'all out there, man. Y'all don't know what y'all missing, man.
It's been a,
Yo, Fred, you going out there?
on the mountain. Yeah,
See?
it's been a minute
Fred's
since
with
I've
it.
been out there, but I dabble in it.
Listen, bro, my black ass ain't getting on no snowboard, brother.
Come on, man. Black
Bro.
people swim and they go snowboarding, bro.
Let me tell you something. I can float like
Don't let
nobody's business.
Don't let the stereotypes confuse you.
Nah, yo, listen, I'm with it, bro. I can hang with certain stuff, but when it comes to like skateboarding and snowboarding, bro, me and Balance, we're not too much. And we're gonna talk about this story later because you are. Oh,
He was the first. The
we
first-
just-
I was the first one to witness what
yes,
the issue with Balance and Elijah have. Right?
exactly. We'll talk about my ongoing litigation with MetLife Stadium a little further on, but
Elijah Mason Stadium, right?
yeah, that case. But we ain't gonna get into that right now. First and foremost, bro, just beforehand to let y'all people know, our brother Craig McQueen. I first met Craig within this last year. He was my son's youth football head coach. Just off the bat, when I met him, actually I met him a little prior to that when we competed against each other in flag football.
Yeah,
When
that
my
was fun.
kids, when my kids' team bust his kids' team's
straight
ass.
dart- no,
Yeah.
straight dart team.
Yo,
We had like a minor injury. I had to leave and take care of something. And
Yeah.
who was my assistant
Here
coach,
we
Kenny,
go.
right?
yeah, you had my other brother.
Yo, excuses bullshit. Because
Yeah,
Craig got his excuses losing to you. You got your excuses for taking that one L to us.
Even a broken clock is right twice a day. What do you want me to tell you, bro?
Yeah, but Freddie's not telling you that his team lost to us. So that's
We
the
did-
crazy
Listen.
thing. That shit gets recycled. It's full circle right here.
But that's because Kenny was making up rules as we were going along.
Yo, listen,
There
man.
we
That's
go.
my brother,
Situation.
man.
We
That's
read
my
the-
brother. That's my brother, Kenny Ingram, man. Yo, shout out to my brother Kenny, man. Yo, I love you, bro.
Shout out,
But
shout out.
you be
Word.
crying Kenny Ingram. That's what I'm gonna call you, bro.
Yeah, that's what we call
I'm gonna
it.
shout you out on that note, but I love you, bro.
CGI.
Yo, listen, man. So I got a question right off the bat, man. Yo, Craig, just for the people to know to get a little bit of info on yourself.
Shoot.
Uh, how'd your life get started? Like, what brought you down this route into, even though want to become a youth football coach and somebody who set an example for the young kids, man? How'd you start out with that
I
passion, man?
mean, so I think most of the time, right? You start with wanting to coach because you got kids, right? Most of the time. Most of the time, somebody has a child, unless you just in the field. But I got two boys. They've been playing ball for a while, and it really just goes back to me playing ball. So when my first was born, Sean, shout outs to Beast Mode over there, doing this thing on D3 for Washingtonville Youth Football League. Um, I put the football in his fucking crib, man. You
Mm,
know,
Nice.
couple months old there, had a little like toy football, put it in his crib, and then from there, man, it's been like no looking back. And
just
he
on and
loves the
popping.
game, man. He loves the game. And
That's what's
really, man, it goes back to like being with my pops, man, watching football. He's a big Cowboys fan, America's team when you had Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith, a couple other people on there, like I can't even come to name.
You ain't got
But
to name no Cowboys, bro. Keep going.
yeah, listen, man, America's team, man, but screw those Cowgirls though.
Facts though.
Giants fan all
Facts.
day, man.
big
Facts
fact.
though.
But yeah, other than that, man, I think playing the game and being a part of the game was always like a passion for me because it was a brotherhood.
Mm,
So I think when you have boys and you put them in a sport, especially as football, as hard hitting, competitive, and just as challenging as it could be for 11 players to go on that team and work together as a single unit and to be a machine marching down the field and put up points. I thought that was awesome. I think it teaches your kid discipline, how to work together, self-esteem, confidence,
mhm.
um, getting kids off the fucking video games and just getting out there. So anything I could do to be a part of that and be a part of their lives, man, that's what just brought me in it. And what's funny, man, when I first came out here, I was only doing what? So Sean signed up late when he was a Mighty Mite. We're talking about 6 years ago. And it was too late to hire coaches or to sign up as a coach. So I was like, yo, can I be the photographer? Yeah,
Mhm.
they need a photographer. Boom,
Smart.
I'm in the door. And since then, I just been working my way up. And until I had my second born, Ryan, he got on there and then I ended up coaching. And next thing you know, I'm coaching with Coach Freddie the following year, second year Mighty Mites, and then we go all the way to the championship and win the Mighty Bowl. So that was dope. But
Mm.
I think it's really just it's my kids, man. It's the passion, being on the field with them, seeing these young bucks, teaching them about life, teaching them about you know what I was gonna say how to be a man, and then I kind of was gonna take my thought process back on it. But in all actuality, when you on the field with them, you're doing man stuff. It's just little kids with helmets on, but you
Mm.
teaching them about life. As funny as it be, my man Al Pacino said in Any Given Sunday, football's like life, man. It's just a game of inches.
Mm.
Really, what
Mm.
it is, man.
Yeah, I respect that, bro. I respect that. So with that said, right? Uh, you've been involved in this coaching for far longer than me, especially because this was really like my year and a half that I was involved.
Hmm.
How do you, as a father, because you see it in every sport, especially in youth sports,
Hmm.
how do you avoid living through your children? Because you see it everywhere, man. You see people who, they're pushing their children, and I'm not even gonna say just in sports. You just see in
Hmm.
like in life in general, right? People they try to live through their children in certain aspects of life. How do you, as a father, right?
Hmm.
How do you know how to draw that line?
So, I think with that, when you're talking about trying to live vicariously through your kids or through another person, right?
Hmm.
So I think the biggest thing is you got to recognize it. You can't have no delusions about it. You can't have no falsifications about it. You got to recognize it off the jump. It's gonna happen. That's what I mean about recognizing it. There's no putting it past you. You are gonna want to sit there and corn yourself as what if I was that age or what I could do, because youth is wasted on the young. It
Mm.
is. It is because you don't have the wisdom. You wish you had 10, 15, 20 years from, your present moment. There's so much to learn, and that's the funny thing about life. That's experience, right? But to get back, I don't want to go on a tangent. To get back to the question, I mean, you got to recognize it, man. And once you recognize it, then you start implementing the steps to be like, all right, I could push, I could nudge, but he has to walk that path on his own. I'm only, I think as men, as fathers, man, like each generation, it got to be a stepping stone to get better. Like whatever my father's fathers did, got him to his point, and then my father, whatever he did, got me to my point, and then for me, now I'm building on top of that. So you're just laying bricks, right? Trying to get this generational foundation for your family. But you got to recognize it. You got to implement the steps to tell yourself you got to check your ego too at that, and tell yourself, yo, I want him to do this, I want him to do that, but it's a thin line between pushback and pushing forward. Because
Mm.
if it's like it's nothing, he's like, all right, for example, Ryan Might Nine, my youngest, right? Playing Mighty Mice for 3 years. I push him hard on it. He likes to be the man, but he's kind of lazy. Kind of don't really want to play all the time. Like he's good with being like, I don't want to play. Not Sean. Sean is like, I'm in it to win it. You ain't gotta tell me practice is at 6. I'm there at 5:50. 10 minutes ahead. He gets
Mm-hmm.
pissed off at me when we run late to go to practice. And
This is it.
and it's like I'm proud of that, but then I ask myself how much of it was me pushing him to be where I wanted him to be, because I finished my career in high school and I didn't go forward and do anything else, man, with college and stuff like that. And then now I'm trying to live through him.
Mm.
So that was a tough couple of years, and it sucks. The firstborn always got to get it the worst, I guess, because it's almost like you developing the blueprint and going through experimental stages with them. So that way, when you got the second one,
Sure.
which is not as, it ain't easy, but it ain't as difficult because you've been there, but it's a whole different personality. But you got kind of like a foundation figured out. That's why I go back to foundations, right? But yo, check yourself, recognize it, and understand that your child, especially if it's a boy,
Mm-hmm.
testosterone is gonna build. Especially with my 12-year-old right now, he thinks because he got some hair on his nuts, he's a different man
Oh,
now.
he gonna test you.
He,
You
He's
know he
gonna
gonna test you.
it already been done, bro, and it's like
Oh.
you gotta check him and let him know who's alpha. But the shit with him is like I holler at my kids, man, because I didn't have that conversation to sit down all the time with a man or a male figure in my life to like, yo, look, this is what it is. This is what you doing. Yeah, I'm gonna bark on you, but it ain't the end of the world, man. We still here. You
Mm.
know,
It's always love at the end.
there's always love at the end of the road and at the beginning of the road and in between, all that. But
Wait, hold on. We don't want to get into your singing career yet. You don't got to go to the end of the road.
yeah, hit him, hit him,
we
hit
didn't
him.
we didn't add that
Nah,
label
we're
to
not
when we
there
were
yet, man. Come on, save the questions, man. Let's go in order, all right?
Yo, Craig, tell him raise your hand when you got a question.
Come on, man. Sit your ass down. What's wrong with you, Freddie? God damn it. Making me nervous over here, man.
Yo, no, that's some real shit. That's some real shit, bro.
I got the mic in case y'all
You're
want
right,
to just
bro.
hear it go on, though, bro. All right, man. So we can get it going.
It's so true. Like you see so many parents that try to live through their kids on the football field. Like you see them, us as coaches, we're trying to coach up the kids and we're trying to give the one-on-one attention to each kid. And then as you're giving them that attention, you've got the parents barking from the sideline.
Ooh, sideline coaches, those are the best. I used to be one. I was numero uno sideline coach, man, yelling, yo, do this, do that. Y'all need me on there. And then when you get on the field and now you coaching 30 other kids and everybody's looking at you, you have more respect for those coaches and you understand.
Mm-hmm.
And that get back to life, man, having to walk in other people's shoes and understand what they're going through, man. You got to be able to have that mindset before you make those judgments and make unrealistic opinions.
Y'all want to ask y'all something, man. And I didn't really think I was gonna get to this point. Now I know, like me, y'all didn't grow up in Orange County. Y'all grew up, I know you grew up in the city, Craig.
Yeah.
Fred, I know you was a Rolling Stone man. You grew up all over the place.
Wherever he
Every
left his hat was his
That's a
home.
fact.
bro,
You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. You know what, man? I realized, and I know my wife started to realize this to a certain effect. Um, when you go from living in a big city and you move into like a community
Rural area.
base, yeah, you start to realize like the things that you kind of got to get used to. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yo,
kind of like
facts,
the
man.
yeah.
Before I moved out here, like you couldn't get me out the city, man. So
Hmm.
I remember it was a whole ordeal to move out here. I was living in the Bronx pretty much up until 23, 24.
Hmm.
And yeah, you wasn't getting me. My brother lived out here for about 5, 4 or 5 years already. So I already
Hmm.
knew I would come out here. I knew the area pretty well, hang out, but it was pretty much like Walmart into his house. That was it.
Hmm.
You know,
Hmm.
in Walmart, the 300 wasn't like it was right now. It didn't have all the stuff that they have now, all the stores and all the other places going down towards the other side of Newburgh. But yeah, like I wasn't trying to leave the city. And then coming out here, I still was driving down because I still work in the city. I work in
Hmm.
Westchester, but I would still drive down to get a haircut in the X, and then I would hang, and then I'd come back out here. I guess it was almost like my getaway. Like I didn't want to come back because it was kind of too quiet for me.
Yeah.
But then a couple years before COVID hit, which I'm glad we did move out here because once COVID hit, you were like you didn't want
Oh
to leave
yeah.
the city.
Oh
That
yeah.
was
That's a
like
fact.
that was a blessing to be out here during those times, man. Because everything was beautiful. Nature was beautiful. No garbage. It's like the trees were different. The air was different because people weren't outside like that, right?
Yeah.
So you come out here to this rural area, and you have no footprint going on, no traffic. Like you going out there riding your bike, like Lost World, man, The Last of Us or something. But it's
That's a
nice
fact.
though. It's peaceful.
That's a fact.
So
yeah.
That's a
I don't
fact,
change
bro.
my mind about about leaving the city, but it did take a lot of getting used to, man. It was a big transition for a city boy like me to become a country boy now.
So I'm gonna ask the both of you, what was your I don't want to say culture shock, right? I'm gonna give you a quick example
Oh,
as to what I mean. I'm gonna give you a quick
oh,
example as to what I
I
mean.
already got one in the bag right now. Go ahead.
So
This shit fuck with me. Go ahead.
so you know how, right? Like we know, like we're from the city. Like
Mm.
if you go to Chicago, right? All right, I'm gonna stay away from O Block because I might get robbed or I might get stomped out or something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah,
Or
yeah. Or you go to
if you
Cali,
or right,
Watts, Oakland,
and
stuff
you
like that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
exactly, exactly, and you know, like there's like a certain lingo or a certain tone or just a
Absolutely,
certain,
man.
you know what I'm
And
saying?
I think I think that when you grow up in the city, that's pretty easy for you like to
Mm-hmm.
pick up when you go other places because you
Understand.
kind
Right,
of get you're hip to that vibe. It's almost
right,
like it's in your blood already when you grow up in a
right.
metropolitan type of area because everything's fast, right?
Mm-hmm.
Guys in the city, you know how to hustle, you know how to move, you know how to talk, you know what. You got to pick up because if not, you're gonna get lost, end up
Yeah,
dead
run outside.
or left behind, man.
That's a
Like
fact.
it's dangerous, man. You
That's a
had to
fact.
be hit. You had to be hit to what was going on.
So I say that to say this, and I've been up here for about 5 years. So just
Damn, I
for
thought
the
you've been out here longer, only 5 years.
yeah, man, we've been up here since 2017,
But
and you know, kind of aligned with me talking about the lingo and stuff like that. I noticed. I'm not sure if y'all noticed. If you listening and you live in an area, you know, that's very community based or wherever. If you move from one spot to another, you could probably correlate to what I'm saying. When you talk to certain people, I'm just going to use myself as an example. When you
mm,
talk to certain people or you hear people how they talk to each other, I'm just going to use our area for example. There's a certain tone that you hear people talk in that when I hear it, I'm kind of like, yo, you wouldn't be able to get away with that tone in the city. It's a little bit of a
Absolutely.
it's a little bit of a condescending kind of,
Tone.
Yep.
you know
Facts.
what I'm saying? And it's just
Mm.
like, and then you learn that this is kind of how just people are used to interacting with each other. And I don't know. I don't. I still. I'm not gonna. I can't get behind it. But you just see the energy that gets moved around. And I'm not just gonna base it on this community that we live in. I'm just saying that you could be in the Bronx, you could be in Spain, you could be in Far Rockaway, Queens, you could be in Long Island, you could be wherever. You know what I'm saying? But you just see how certain things are,
Mm.
and you see how people mesh with it, and you can tell the people who have been around it the longest because they kind
Mm-hmm.
of immune to it. You
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I don't know. Me and my wife talk sometime, and it's just like, I don't know. But what about y'all, man? Do y'all see, like, or am I bugging out?
You want to hit this one, Freddie?
Yeah, man.
Pause. That sounded crazy.
I hit it hard, man.
Double
Going off
down,
the
double down.
going off the rails.
But yeah, no. I've lived all over. So
Mm.
I lived Rockland County, the city, Puerto Rico, Spain, Jersey, like
My man Vinci
Long
travel
Island,
over here.
everywhere, man. So I definitely see where you're coming from, me, and
Mhm.
it's like that.
Oh.
It's not just like a local based thing. That shit is everywhere,
Hmm.
and
I think over here is just what like it's more like it's not as hidden as well as other places. I think it
yes,
might be just more out in the open, right? You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Yeah, for sure. And it's either you get used to it and you flow with it, or you get hurt feelings and you get left behind.
Hmm. Yeah.
There's
I
no
it,
ifs or buts about it. Like you got to roll with the punches
facts.
and adjust to it, because if not, it's it's a shit show for you.
Hmm.
Absolutely. I think it definitely is a culture shock, and
Hmm.
I think it does suck, man, because like you said, like shit like that wouldn't go down in the city, right? You know,
Yeah.
like they wouldn't even think twice because they just wouldn't think of it. It wouldn't even be a thought. It wouldn't,
Right.
you know. So it's almost like my territory now, so I can say what I want because I feel comfortable. And like you got to be a little bit more civilized out here as a opposed to being more savage like in the city, man. And it sucks. I'm not saying that that's the way we should be living. We're all human beings,
Mhm.
man. We should act like humans and be civilized wherever we go. But I mean, you know the difference, man. Like let's compare apples to apples and oranges to oranges. We know what it is, man. Orange County is what it is, right? And the city is what it is. I mean,
Facts.
but my biggest culture shock was so my oldest, he's light. He's pretty fair skinned, more like that olive tone type of light.
Mhm.
Gets a little brownish when he gets a tan, but he is on the lighter side. And then he has like gold coarse hair, a little frizzy hair, right? And then my youngest is darker, but my younger one has like nice curly hair. So one day I think they were about so Sean was 5, 6, and Ryan was about like 3. So we walk into the store, think nothing of it. Other lady shopping around with her friends, older woman, right? She looks at Sean. She was like, "Oh my God, look at his curls. They're so beautiful." And then, like, kind of Sean turned around and he was kind of hiding Ryan because Ryan was behind him, right? So when he turned around, you're able to see who Ryan is now. And she's like, "Oh, and look at the little color one." And yeah, I'm like, you can't make this shit up. And I'm like, yo, this bitch just said
Yo,
what
I
she
don't mean
did.
to
Did
laugh,
she
but
just
that
say
shit
what
is.
she just said, man? Nah, like it's a culture shock, and it's just like the audacity to have the nerve to say that though, man. As an older
Yo, that's
woman too, as
wild.
well, and knowing like those are children, I'm like you don't got no nerve, like the thought process, right? There wasn't no connecting to the brain and understanding what I
Oh
was gonna
shit.
say, and then coming out, it was just like blah, just throw up, right? Because it was natural and for her to say that's her opinion. It's natural
Yo,
for her to say shit like that.
that's wild,
So
bro.
that
I didn't
that
expect
bugs
that.
that bugs me out, man. But when you're in the city, like you see light people, you see dark
Yeah,
people, Asian people, Indian people, and it's just like nobody's looking at somebody and saying, "Yo, look at this nigga," you know.
Yeah.
It's just there's a huge diversity, and I think that's the biggest issue. But it's gotten better out here in Orange County, man. You see
it
a
has.
lot more Hispanics, blacks, um, you know, Asian people, man. It's not just white people around here, man. So
Yo, you know what's
a
wild?
lot more flavor, a lot more flavor.
Yo, and this just happened to me 2 days ago. True story, B. I was at a store.
Uh-oh.
I was at a store like 5 minutes from my house. I ain't gonna blow them up, but I'm in there, looking through some stuff, bro. And I just heard this Asian lady go, "Hurry up and buy!" I said, "What?" I said, "Man, I said, you crazy?" I started drinking it, and then the dude go, "Oh, you know, drink a beer in store. I feel sorry for your mother." Then I said, "What?" I said, "Yo, who you talking?" See, yo, y'all supposed to stop me when y'all hear me capping like that, bro. Y'all just gonna let me keep going?
Yeah,
Yo, come on, man. Yo, Craig, man.
Was
Yo,
rolling.
I'm like, all right, let's
We
do it,
had
man.
truth serum. I thought you
Yo, my
was
man,
going.
look, I'm over here pouring myself. Yo, I'm
yo,
all for it, yo.
yo.
I
I'm all
just finished
for it.
my drink. I'm pouring another one. I was like,
Yeah.
damn,
Yeah,
where
I'm
the
gonna
fuck
let you
was this
finish,
at?
get out the ref, and then I'm gonna call cap
Yo,
on that.
and you know the funny part, man. Everybody who's seen that movie already, probably listening to that scene, like, yo, he lying. That's menace to society.
Society. Nah, that's
Yo,
don't drink your juice in the hood, man.
yo, come on, bro. Don't do that, man. Don't soil the greatest black cinema movie of all time, menace to society.
All right,
So,
old dog. My bad, old dog.
yo, so now, right? So that little scenario that you just brought up, which is that's crazy. I ain't mean to laugh, but that just the audacity. Sometimes audacity is hilarious.
You know what? It's funny. So it's like Fred was saying, man. You could laugh at it, check it,
Hmm.
or you could get butt hurt. So I
Hmm.
think as men, man, you can't sit here like it's like you got a whole frame, man, with life, right? Holding your own frame. The way you view life is in your box, right? It's your
Hmm.
reality. So why would you let anything be negative, take you down, put you in a bad mood if it's like it's your world. In your world, you don't want none of that.
Hmm.
Right.
So you gotta figure it out. You gotta be able to maneuver around the problems, man. And
Mm.
I don't know what I said, man. I think if I recall, I was like, I think I just said something simple, like, "Man, that's my son."
What else
Like,
can you say?
it
Right.
don't matter
Yeah.
What
what
else
color he
can you
is,
say, bro?
and he's
You
a
gonna beat up
child,
a lady in the store?
And like, yeah, what I'm gonna do? Karate chop her in the neck. Hit, get the door. We're going. Ah,
Yeah.
Well,
get
you
in the
are a
face or
mixed
something,
martial
man.
artist, apparently,
Yeah,
according to
or
to
be
the
a
face.
Karen. You know what I mean? Or turn into a Ken out there, man. Karens and Ken.
Yo,
And then I'll still be in the wrong because I'll be the crazy black person yelling at the white lady in the store.
absolutely you would.
So like
And rightfully
no
so.
matter how you depict it, you're always gonna be ended up in the wrong, right? So
Rightfully so.
you
Rightfully
gotta check
so.
them the way you know best, man.
Calm your black ass down. Rightfully so. So I know you probably didn't hear just now. So Craig brought up your martial arts history, right? Give us a little background on your your knowledge, man. What you know how to do? Can you hurt a couple people, man? Like, what's up, man? Keep it 100,
Yeah,
man.
me, myself, and I.
I respect it.
Yeah,
I respect it. I respect it, bro. Now,
Nah,
did
man. I've been doing I took Taekwondo, I took Kung Fu, took Jujitsu.
hmm
So I dabbled in a lot of different martial arts, man. I've always been interested in just the art of
hmm
fighting, right? And I think that goes back to watching kung fu flicks with my uncle back in the days, man. So
What was your favorite
that
movie of all time? Favorite kung fu movie?
uh favorite kung fu movie, the 10 Deadly Venoms. I think it was 10 or 12 Deadly Venoms.
Mm.
And I'm talking about when you had the old school joint where you'd be like, think about it. Brother, now you must die. Like what? So
Nah.
those were dope, man. Yo, so I think it was either the 10 or the 12 Deadly Venoms. Then you had the Wu Tang Clan. Shout outs to Wu-Tang rap group, man, because I know
Facts
that's where they
though.
got a lot of this shit from.
Facts.
Newer shit. Jackie Chan was always a good one of mine, man. I'm talking about Rumble in the Bronx type style old shit, man. Operation Condor. Then you had Jean-Claude Van Damme. So like I liked a lot of people. Jet Li. You know, I mean, newer people nowadays, Jason Statham, but I mean, he's doing more like Fast and the Furious and jumping out of boats and chasing huge sharks and shit, you know?
Yeah, facts though.
But yeah, man. I mean, I got into that at 7, and I was rocking out for about 7 years. I got my 2nd degree black belt in Taekwondo.
Shit,
I
okay.
did a couple of different what you call it, like sparring tournaments and stuff like that. So that was pretty cool, man. You know what was the biggest thing? It was cool when you started perfecting your craft. You know, I don't know who said it, but the best saying is like you got to put 1,000 hours into whatever you want to do, right? But being in that, and I think that's in any type of sport or any type of hobby or any type of interest you might have, you got to put in the work. There's no easy way around it. There's no bullshit and cutting corners because you are not gonna perfect your craft. That's what you're doing. You're perfecting it every day, and you're never gonna be perfect because you got to look at it as you always got something to learn, and that's what life should be about. And
So
I
you
think with my
mean
mentality, that
you mean mommy and daddy can't buy you the next level or
you know,
move
it's
you
not
up
how it works, man.
to a different
You
spot?
can't be coddled. Can't be coddled into this world. Mommy and daddy can't go to the interview for you. Mommy and daddy can't sit there and let you stay in their basement at 35 while you want to chill and just smoke weed and jerk off. Like, I mean, yeah, yo,
It's
honestly,
true.
man, I'm going
Real
on a
talk.
different rant. I'm going on a rant right now, but
Go ahead, do
you,
your thing, bro.
you ain't
Yeah.
got a lot of men out there, man. You know, you got a lot of people supposed to be men, but you don't got a lot of men out there. It ain't hard to be in the top 20, 15% of men nowadays, man. Simple shit. Take care of your business, have discipline, work out, have a hobby, have interests, financials,
Mm.
and that's it. And if you got a family, take care of your family.
Yo, I'm glad you said all of that.
I was gonna say too.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Am I way off topic though, right?
Yo,
So
come on, bro. Come
back
on.
to
We don't.
karate, right?
Listen,
To
man. This
piggyback off
is.
you, bro, like you got a lot of those dudes now raising boys
Yeah,
to
correct.
be that, like you got shit. I see it all the time. You see it from interactions at work, socially, on the football field. Like
Mhm.
there's a lot of dudes that act the part, but they ain't it.
Yeah.
They ain't
And how,
stepping up to be a man.
how
They're
could you raise
they're
men? How could you raise a man if you're still a boy? If you're
Mm.
still learning?
it's
And
true.
that's what you got, man. You got a lot of overage boys walking around this world right now.
It's true.
That's a fact.
You gotta
That's
grow
an
up, man. You
absolute
gotta
fact.
take care of business.
That's an absolute fact. So listen. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Hold on.
Go
To
ahead.
tie back to karate, yo, taking karate and being able to like, yo, I'm not condoning being able to going around fucking people up. But just to know that, yo, somebody wanna fuck with you, you got the
To have that
capability to protect
confidence,
yourself. That's a different level of confidence to have. And I think every single man should pick up some hand-to-hand combat skill. I
Absolutely.
I,
you
I
got to
think
know
that
how
is
to
a
do
must.
so.
Boxing, karate, what is it? Brazilian jiu-jitsu, any of the above, man. Take care of
Absolutely.
that, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I don't mean to give you know, listen. And personally, I feel like this. You got to plug the things that you feel are a benefit, right? I got to give this shout out.
What are
I got.
you you plugging a lot of stuff over here, bro?
Hey
You might
yo.
They get
Hey yo.
pause on
bust
that,
that
Hey
man.
shit
yo,
up.
bro. Hey yo.
Damn.
I'm not plugging
Pause.
nothing but
I was
business.
just saying, you better
I'm
pause
plugging
that
nothing
shit.
but. I'm not plugging nothing but business. But yo, I just wanna say this because we all know this, man, and y'all brothers, I know y'all will agree with this. It takes a village to raise your kids first and foremost,
Absolutely,
right?
absolutely, man.
And
Absolutely,
go ahead.
absolutely.
Yeah, and
Yes.
I'm a firm believer. Like me, for example, like we're talking about raising men. I refuse to allow my son to be around any adult that I don't see could take him to a you know what I'm saying, that he could benefit from first and foremost. But especially the men that you bring your son around, right? Like you need to have them see like, oh man, like this is a guy, like I can use his traits to make myself a better man. You know what I'm saying? So like when I talk to my son about certain things, I always try to make sure he's in a better level than before the conversation that we had. Right? Now, with that
Absolutely.
said, if you are living in Washingtonville, and yo, I give this brother praise as much as I can. On 2 North Street in Washingtonville, New York, there's a school, Rosa's Kickboxing Academy. Let me tell y'all something, and I'm gonna shout you out, Rosa. I try to give him his flowers as much as possible. If you are looking for your typical, because we talked about it earlier, if you're looking for your typical cookie cutter martial arts, taekwondo, kickboxing class for your son or your child to just get pushed through and everything to be sunshine and rainbows and all of that stuff, listen, this ain't the class for your kid. I'm letting you know now. I would never steer you towards that. I'm gonna tell you something. Since I met this brother about, I'm gonna say 3.5 years ago, I feel like personally, like my son has become such a better child and
Nice.
he's growing up to be such a better man just by going to his class 3 to 4 days a week. Because listen, all three of us, I'm just going to use three of us as an example. We all work. We're
Yeah.
all, you know what I'm saying? We can't be there all the time. So when I'm not there and my wife has to bring him to class and all this other stuff, yo, the brother is an outstanding, inspirational brother, man. And when you see those people and you know they got that light, you know what I'm saying? You know that they had that will just to help make somebody else a better person. When I tell you that that's that brother, man, yo, and I tell him all the time, I say, yo, dude, you have no idea what you're doing for the kids in this community just by being a part of their lives, man. And I just want to give him another shout out, Rose's Kickboxing Academy. Listen, man, that is what it is.
Open invitation to Rosa. Anytime you on the show, UFC 300's coming up. We'd love to have some insights.
Yo, bro, that would be crazy. That would be crazy. So now I kind of want to leak into another topic here that I know as men, a lot of us have dealt with it. Some of us, even as adults, and I don't mean to laugh. I don't mean to laugh, but even some of us as adults are still dealing with that type of stuff. Is bullying, man. It's a lot of kids, and even now in 2024, like bullying is a very, very prominent thing. I'm gonna let y'all go off, but I just want to give y'all a brief little story. And this kind of ties back into what you were talking about earlier, Craig, when we were mentioning living through your kids. You know, kids grow up, man. They all go through their plights. I'll just use my kids as an example. You know, since they've been going to school, you've had your couple of times where you've heard them throwing that word out. Oh, such and such is bullying me and all of this other stuff. And here's my thing. And I can say this personally, right? I've never dealt with bullying, like me per se. Like I've never gone through that. Even as a kid, like if I think back to like right now from when I started school, elementary, junior high school, college, and all that stuff, I never dealt with that. And my wife,
then if you never dealt with it, you were the bully.
Time out. No.
Just
time out. No.
If you never dealt with being bullied,
you were there.
Yo, listen. I'm not gonna sit there and say none of that. Listen, I never bullied nobody. There ain't a person on this planet. I'm sure my friends.
Yo, listen. Walked up to me and put it in my pocket.
Listen, I used to joke a lot. I will say that. I used to joke a lot. Now, if
you was a bully, you got
man.
But I mean, in school you always had the different crowd, right? You had the cool kid, you had the funny kid, you had the smelly kid. and then you had the bully, or then like nobody like that kid that nobody really wanted to fuck with because he would be cool, but you couldn't know what his vibe was.
So
Almost like Debo
right.
from Friday, right?
Right. So I say all of that to say this. So when like you hear them using that verbiage, I just know for me it's kind of like, wait, what? Like, what you mean? Like, so they said something to you? Okay, then what did you say back? You didn't say nothing? Like, you mean to tell me said, you're a nose picker. And okay. So what did you say?
Your mother.
Yeah, I mean, you know what?
This is what I'm talking about. Like I didn't understand that, but right, I know we live in a new day and age, and I know everyone's school has that thing, the bullying thing. Like, oh,
but
go ahead, bro.
I
Go ahead.
I got to disagree with you. Like, yeah, we live in a different age, but you can't. We just talked about it, right? Soft ass dudes raising soft kids. Right? This is exactly what it is. Like, there's a bunch of kids out there that need to get punched in the face.
In the pudding.
Like, it solved a shit ton of stuff when we were growing up.
Mm-hmm.
If you came out of pocket and you talked reckless and you couldn't back it up, you got punched in the face and you learned shit. I should
watch what I say, or I should learn how to fight and protect myself.
But we got a bunch of kids out here that act reckless, talk shit, and no one punches them in the face. Because
usually funny niggas end up knowing how to fight because they be so funny cutting ass on people. Either they be getting into too many fights, man. You talking that shit, cutting ass.
I don't know how to handle yourself.
They start to keep talking shit, so they gonna learn how to fight. That's what it is, man. But listen, man, that shit is crazy. Bullying is it sucks, man. It's detrimental to a kid's thought process of like safety in school.
Mm-hmm.
You know, his ability to like thrive in school because now he's anxious. Kids nowadays, they got so much anxiety, man, with I don't know from what. You know, I think most of the time kids that don't play any sports or are not active have more intensity of a more intense anxiety attack. But that's horrible, man, to sit there and I don't know. Like the bullying part to me is the kid who goes home and like you never know might commit suicide. That's the bullying shit.
Right.
And it doesn't have to be physical, right? Because it could be just cutting ass and shit. But I guess that ties around to not having thick skin. You know, because life is gonna shit test you, man. And when you at school, kids are cold. My kids are cold, man.
That's a fact.
They talk massive amount of shit, man. You know, like something happens to me, or I'll go snowboarding, and they be like, they cut ass. They be like, yo, dad, man, come on, man, the mountain's gonna melt before you get your bindings on, like, you know.
Shit.
And it is.
I've seen your kids really fall on the floor, laugh right in their face as they're rolling around in piss.
Oh.
Like I've seen it firsthand.
That's fucking nasty, but okay. But
are we gonna do this right now? We're gonna do this right now. Yo.
I'm just saying I've seen it, so I understand.
I didn't know we were saving that for right now, but we can bring that up, man. That was a funny imbalance issue. But,
all right. So
nah. Get back to the bullying though.
Your friend sitting here trying to instigate, man.
Yo, Fred's you gotta watch out for the landmine.
Yo, still trying to instigate, man.
That was the easy one. That was the easy one to get trapped into. But I think it gets back to knowing how to fight, though, man. Because if these kids, like, if they feel comfortable being able to fight, and I mean protect themselves, more or less. Let me change my words. Not fight, protect themselves. They're gonna be okay with that kid who talks shit. Because they ain't gonna bother them. They're gonna talk shit right back because they have the confidence to know if shit gets crazy or out of line, I'm gonna be able to pop in the mouth and protect myself. But
one thing,
cut ass, man. That's what we do.
I loved about having E on the staff last year. Like, I'll give y'all both your flowers because Craig brought me on the coaching. E has been a great brother, Like both of y'all, I consider y'all brothers. And
Right back at you.
my youngest, he looks up to both of you guys beyond compare. Like Coach E, Coach Craig, y'all could never do no wrong for him, and I love y'all both for that.
Oh
And
man, shout outs to Noah,
like,
man.
Facts though.
and like seeing him respond to both of you guys, like from what you taught him, like E when last year when the D2 boys took their ball, and he was like, "Yo, y'all just gonna let them take your boys' ball?" And
Instigated E.
bro, without a drop of a hat, Noah jumped in and he was like, "Nah, fuck it, like we all going now."
Yo, they went down like 20
But
deep.
that's dope, man. At that young age, because what they're 8, right? At that time, and like you're showing them, like, hey, you can't let people walk over you in this world. That's basically what you're doing to them. You're giving them a
Yep.
test, and like,
Yep.
hey, you gotta go up there and you gotta be about it. You gotta go get what's yours, because if you don't, then you're gonna continue to get walked on, and it's gonna happen in different parts of your life, your job,
Yep.
your household, your relationships, your friendships, just because like you didn't have somebody to challenge you. And that's what shout out to Coach E for that, man. Elijah over there challenging the kids, man. Like, hey, it don't matter
So
how old he is. That's your ball. Go get your ball. You have every right to that ball. Who is to tell you that? Who is he to tell you that's get my ball? Step up
And
for yourself.
don't let
Stand
him go
up for
by
yourself.
himself. If y'all gonna go together.
yeah,
Like,
don't
Yeah.
do it by. So I know. Listen, tangents. This is what the show is about. It's about going in tangents and
We rolling
going.
all over the place.
slow,
Yeah,
man.
it's all good. But I just want to. I don't know. Something is telling me to do this right now, so I'm just going to do it. And if you're listening to this right now, whenever you're listening to it, if this isn't for you, then you know what I'm saying. You can skip over these next 2 minutes, but this is for whoever's listening and needs to hear it. Uh, life is difficult, and life does get fucking tough. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it just feels like you're buried under a mountain of shit, man, and you cannot breathe and you cannot get out of that shit. But I also know that there are some people, and especially children, who they just do not know what to do. And I'm gonna tell y'all something that I watched, and the shit fucked me up bad, bro. And my kids were, they might have been real. Before, this is before they started school. I remember the show being out. It was a show on Netflix called 13 Reasons Why. Did you guys ever see it?
That
Was that
show
the
was
joint where the girl died? Did she get 13
Yes.
reasons why she died? Yeah, and the kid
Yeah.
was watching her tapes or something.
Yo, listen, let me tell you something. That show, I'm gonna tell you what it did to me, man. Because it's not like you don't know this stuff and you don't know that this stuff is going on, right? Spoiler alert for those of you who didn't watch the show. It's about this girl. I want to say her name was Hannah. It's been a minute since I watched it. Ultimately, the girl wound up committing suicide, and she knew she was going to do it. So beforehand, she had created these tapes to the people who were essentially the reasons why she was doing it. And it kind of threw me into a wild mindset of like, damn, like, yeah, I remember how wild school was, and just now, like me thinking back on it, yo, there are kids that are still dealing with shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And you see what it can do to somebody, like how it can devastate the man. And I know, yo, Fred, I remember you telling me the story of the kid up here who had committed
Oh, at
suicide.
Washingtonville High School.
Yeah, you know what I'm
I heard he
saying?
was a popular kid though too, right?
You know what I'm
We talking
saying?
about Sean
popular
Davis,
kid.
the football.
Yeah, Timmy Davis, like
Oh.
stud athlete, super great kid. Like
Mm-hmm.
he was a gentle giant, like, and it was just circumstances that I won't go into, but
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, nah, no
it's
need to.
just
And
it's
sleep in
sucky
peace, Tim.
that happened. Yeah, sleep in peace, man. But
And it's so wild, man. And yo, believe it or not, before I came downstairs tonight and we started talking. Me and Bree were having like a real conversation, man. Because even as grown people, like suicide is still like a huge deal. I've had I have had too many coworkers to count that have have gone down that route and taken their own life, man. And just I couldn't even fathom the place that you have to be in,
Yeah.
especially when you have a family. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? To go down that road. I know we took like a real fucking dark.
we took
I
a
mean,
big
y'all,
we
listen,
we
man.
took
I
a
mean,
turn, but this is real. But
it's
this
all
is
good.
real
It's
shit.
reality, man. It's true.
It's
Being truthful,
reality.
right? I mean, this is about life, right? And
Absolutely.
crazy part about it is stress, right? Stress is a motherfucker, right?
Facts.
And I think the amount of stress you take on and hold on to, because at any given day, it's easier said than done. You can let that stress go, but the problem is you hold on to it,
Mm.
and then it builds, and then it builds, and then it turns to anxiety. Now, from stress to anxiety, now your anxiety's out of control. Now, after anxiety's out of control, now you start hitting depression. But now you're depressed with nothing going your way. You're anxious, and you've been dealing with all this stress. Where do you go from there? There's no outlook for you, right? There's no way out. You think, like you were saying, like pile of shit is just on top of you. You can't get through. It's just a dark hole. You can't climb out. But you gotta you gotta regulate your nervous system. You
Mm.
gotta understand, man. It's like stress is like this cup right here. I could hold on to it for a couple minutes. I'll be good. I hold on to it for an hour. My hand might start hurting, right?
Mm-hmm.
I hold on to it for 5 or 6 hours. I might just drop it because I can't hold on to it because my hand is all numb. So it's just sitting there and holding on and letting that stress builds up. That kills you inside. And
Mm.
I think as human beings, a lot of us are not taught in ways to kind of calm ourselves down, maybe breathing techniques, working out, going to the gym, or being a part of some type of recreational things, having a podcast to talk with men,
Mm.
or having like a men's group session and stuff like that, or even like female kids, anybody. I'm not generalizing it to just men. I'm just some type of outlet outpost for everybody to go to, man, because everybody needs to be able to belong. Like you were saying, it takes a what is it? Takes a tribe to raise a kid.
Absolutely.
Everybody wants to be a part of a community. You know, you can't single yourself out. When you do, when you feel alone, that's when that shit hits.
Mm.
You gotta be able to reach out to people. And shout outs to E, man, for sending his number out, man. Yo, I big you up for that, man. That is very brave of you, very kind of you, very humble
It's
of
all
you.
good, bro.
You
It's all
know,
good. It's all good, man. And another thing, man, and I know some people might be listening and they might say, yo, just pick up a Bible, listen to the word of God. And as right as that answer is, right?
hmm
And I'm a righteous believer, and I know you guys
yeah, yeah,
believe
yeah,
and
yeah,
follow the
man. I
word
believe
as well.
everything's possible with God.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, though, and this is just a reality pill that some people have to take, if you weren't raised to know what
Absolutely.
to listen out for, when
Yeah.
you're talking about listening out for the word of God, they might not get it.
hmm
If you weren't raised to say, listen, just pray. And some kids don't know how to pray.
Yeah.
Some people don't know how easy it is to just talk to God and have those conversations. Like they just don't know. You know what I'm saying? So big ups to everybody out there that might be going through something. But listen, man, there's always better days ahead. There's always
Yeah.
something to look forward to. No matter what it is, man, you gotta live your life, baby. You gotta do what you
You
gotta
said it,
do.
man. Live your life, man. The game ain't
Find your
over till life
crew,
is over, man.
find your
Facts.
outlet, find somebody to talk to. Like it's, you know,
Listen, I
it's
gotta. Okay, okay, okay,
bring us on a lighter note, E.
Yeah, man.
okay. I got you.
About to
All
Before
right,
we
I'm
get,
y'all
about to
ready
tear. I'm
to?
about to
you
tear up
went
right here.
you
Man.
went Big E's
Let me have
wise
another
words
shot.
way early.
Fill my
We
shit
didn't
up,
even get
man. Make me a little happy over
so
here.
you already throwing Big E's wise words out.
All right. So
Oh,
listen,
shot you.
this is the point. We're gonna make a sharp left turn. All right. This is
Fast right now.
listen, bro. We're
In a
gonna make a
long-
sharp left.
That fork in the road.
Quick
Sharp
question.
with that, I ain't gonna say it.
Nah, say it, bro. Squeeze your nuts, man. Squeeze your nuts, bro. What
Nah,
was you
man,
gonna
my
say?
nuts are hanging right now. I'm not gonna.
Hey, yo. Hey, yo. Okay. Do either of your wives
Mm,
watch 90 Day
that was
Fiance?
real sharp. That was a real sharp turn down.
Yeah, I was gonna say you trying to
Yeah,
get some
man,
trouble
you
before we
couldn't
go on
even
vacation.
like warming up to this, man. They said,
Nah.
just get right into it. I
Listen,
gotta fix
bro.
my hat
Come on.
now.
Come on, bro. I need a hat. Everybody that come on the show, y'all both got hats on. I ain't got no damn hat. Anyway, do either one of your wives watch 90 Day Fiance?
No.
No, not 90 Day Fiance. Everything else though, like I got caught up in Perfect Match the last week. I was
Nah.
like, this shit is. I'm interested. I'm like, nah, this show's stupid. And then I'm like, hold on, but wait, why is Shane doing this to Chloe? Like, what
I don't
the
even
fuck?
know who you're talking about right now.
Yeah. Yo, Fred be walking in, passing by, going to get something. What she watches in the living room or in the room?
In the living room.
In the living room. So Fred's going to get something to eat. He hears something, catches his eye, turns around, walks away. Comes
Listen.
back in, sees something
Listen.
else that catches his eye. He's going to grab something, like stays for a couple of minutes. Next thing you know, the third time he's sitting on the couch. Like, yo, I can't believe Shane did that to him.
That's motherfucking.
That's fucked up.
Let me get my Funyuns real quick. I gotta sit down and watch this.
Yo, Marty, pause that. I'll be right back.
Yo, listen,
Nah,
man.
like,
That's exactly how
Steph
it
hasn't
went.
watched none of
You
that
got
stuff,
cameras
man.
set up over here, Craig?
What happened?
You got cameras set up over here? Because that's exactly how it went.
Yeah.
Yo, listen, man.
Steph's not really into that stuff, man. I mean, you know what? You guys remember that shit, The Circle?
I remember hearing about it. A lot of
Yeah, it was like, I guess they would like date each other.
I
And
heard
then
about it.
basically they could just be like, I don't want to be with you no more. And yet, if the other person couldn't find another person that wanted to be with them within the 24 hours, then they were kicked off. They was like some British shit or something like that. But it was alright, man. It was
Okay.
I found myself from time to time like 5 minutes turned into an hour. I'm like, damn, why the fuck am I here? But I can't get up right now.
I gotta see this through. I'm
You
committed.
got to follow it through. All right,
I'm
so I'm gonna
episode 10, right? Let's go.
I'm gonna say why I asked you fellas this question. I'm not gonna. Oh, yo, I can already imagine.
So you know some shit's
My
popping
man,
off.
he choosing his words
Get ready.
wisely over there.
Nah, it's too late for that. I already jumped off the cliff. There's just a matter of when I'm gonna open my parachute, right?
At least you
I'm
got
not gonna go into the details. And for all I know, she's probably listening to me talk about this shit right now. I want to tell you something. If your woman watches 90 Day Fiance or one of those spin-offs of the chick who used to be with the Dominican guy or whatever this that shit is, right? Stop watching that shit with your woman, first of all, okay? And second of all,
absolutely.
You have to have a conversation that this shit that they're watching is not real because it can't be. It can't be real. I'm gonna tell y'all what I saw on this nonsense the other day. This might have been an old episode.
Was it the dude with no neck that's 3 feet tall?
No, not him. Not
what?
Dog,
no
seen
neck,
that
3 feet tall.
on Instagram so many times.
Bro, there's a 70 plus. This woman is almost 80 years old on this show.
Damn.
She's looking for
Grandma
love.
Stella trying to get her groove back.
Dog, she's looking for love, right? Now,
At 80?
listen, now if you
You're
saying
not looking for a new hip?
yo, dog, no, she's looking for some pipe. That's what she's looking for. At 80 years old,
for a new hip.
She ain't gonna have no choice. She ain't gonna have no choice. Anyway, I say that to say this: the delusion factor of the women. Yeah, that's.
What the fuck? What the fuck is that? It's like you zoomed into his picture. That's why he look all like short and stubby.
Yo,
He looks
listen.
like if they made the Tasmanian devil a person.
That'd be him.
Yo, that shit is
He take
crazy,
out the
man.
bodysuit.
Yo, he looks wild, and that dude is half retarded his damn self. But anyway,
Neck.
I say that to say, I say all of that to say this, man. Do you know how many times there's been an argument over something off of that show? And this is for the women out there.
What you mean? Like, what type of arguments you guys having?
Not to mention the arguments that are like, please turn this shit off because you ever try to go to sleep and something is being watched and you just like, yo, I can't fall asleep because the shit that I'm hearing
That's usually
is
me. I'm the one watching the show and fucking.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
oh my god, man. Oh my god. Listen,
I'm usually watching the game or something like that, man. She can't go to bed.
bro. And if you watch these shows, you know what I'm talking about. Or if your woman watches these shows, you know what I'm talking about, man. Like it does something. So I'm not gonna say all the time. Sometimes it does something to women where things will happen on these shows, and it'll turn into an argument in your own house. And it could be 90 Day Fiance. It could be Real Housewives of Paramus, New Jersey, whatever these stupid shows that these women who live these ridiculous, non-realistic life. Like, bro, they're fighting all the time. There's always an issue on one of these shows. There's either somebody crying, there's somebody fighting, there's all kinds of nonsense. Which you like, how is you have all of this money and you got problems all the time? Like we go to work every day and we don't have half the problems that these people have. And it's just ridiculous, bro. But back to this 90 Day Fiance thing. They were having a reunion show the other day. And I don't know if this girl's guy was at a bachelor party or what. The dude hugged a stripper. Right? Okay. There was video of him hugging a stripper. Like literally, I shit you not, saying hello, and he hugged the lady. Bro, the woman that he was on the show with had a fucking meltdown, bro. Like
jealous.
Dog.
Point blank, she's jealous.
Dog.
She's insecure.
But if you see this woman who had the meltdown, she looked like she should be working at fucking Ace of Diamonds Club her damn self.
Okay.
Like she looked like a stripper too, like some crazy looking lady. But in any event, the delusion factor when it comes to some of these women on these shows has, you know, that saying that life starting to like imitate art and stuff like that.
Man, because you know what? The word vicariously. They'll start living vicariously, and those thought processes in that show will kind of implement in their head, and then they'll find scenarios.
Oh my god!
Actually, match it up to their real life. You know, man. Oh man.
Listen, I'm gonna say this, just because I don't want to sound like I'm ganging up on the women right now. Anything that
you might end up losing a lot of subscribers.
Now listen, bro. It is what it is. It is what it is, bro. I'm not scared of it. I'm here for all the smoke, right? These people that you see on TV and on the internet, they're not real, right? Us included. We fake too. All right, you notice all of this shit that
put on a show. When the cameras go off, all this shit is coming down.
Saying,
all right,
all of this shit is going. Listen, you see this Pac-Man game behind me? I don't play that shit. I just turn this shit on as a visual effect. All right,
you see that guy number 26? He don't play for the Giants.
He's not even there anymore.
Word, you know what I'm saying?
The Eagles, Saquon.
For real, Freddie's not even Puerto Rican.
I'm not. Surprise, bitch.
You know what I'm saying? But
gotcha, bitch.
Motherfuckers.
Listen, man. All of this stuff that you see online, man. Yeah, we gotta stop believing all of this stuff, man. A lot of these people just doing this stuff for clout. Like even those who those dudes on the Fresh and Fit podcast, those brothers that be on there talking all crazy about the women and stuff like that. Like, y'all gotta stop believing all of this stuff that you see online, man. Because these dudes just be out here talking crazy. And the same thing with the women that be on there too, like that. Oh, yo, I'm so glad I'm married. I'm
Hmm.
so glad I'm married, and I don't gotta go out there and be dealing with no dating and all this other stuff. Could you imagine
Yo,
going out there?
dating and not nowadays type of trying to date.
Oh God, bro.
I feel like
Oh,
I mean, you know what?
fest out
You know
there.
why it's so
Like,
hard? Because women's ego is so inflated right now with Instagram, Facebook. You know, you got all these fucking losers just paying for OnlyFans, and I mean, at the end of the day,
tell us how
it's
you
a
really
fucking
feel, Craig.
it's a buyer's market or I should say it's a seller's market, right? For women, because they got
mm.
whatever guys want, right? So you got these guys that are willing to pay top dollar to see feet while they're in their
Yeah,
house.
that's a fact.
While they're in their house, man. I mean, they
Wild.
won't go out and just socialize or don't have the capability or the social skills to go up and say, "Hey, excuse me, how you doing?"
Mm.
Simple as that. And that's anxiety right there, man. But
Yeah.
back to what you were saying, topic at hand, man. It's crazy, man. These stupid ass shows that women tend to live vicarious through it, or tend to have a mindset to relate to something like that when it's just all smoke and mirrors.
So let me ask you a question. What's do y'all have like 'cause I don't think I asked this before. I know the age gap right now between me and Bree is 2 years. Do y'all don't have no crazy age gaps between y'all and y'all women, right?
Mm-mm.
3.
A year between us.
Yeah.
I
What
think a
are,
good age gap is anywhere from. I think a man should always be older than a woman in a relationship
how much
because
older?
I think it could be as far as 10 to 15 years.
Whoa.
Depending,
Damn.
yo,
Wow.
Wow.
I'm dead ass, man. Because you want to know why, man? Women, to me, I think a woman wants to be able to look up to her man, right?
Hmm.
So the closer you are in age, the same amount of experience, more or less, you might have. The further you are in age, the more experience you have gained in life and being able to put upon that woman when you bring her into your life.
Mm.
So she could learn and experience and look up to you because the more she looks up to you, the more she desires you. The more she
Mm.
desires you, the better your relationship becomes. And it stays, especially in an LTR. I think long term relationships, marriages, they're one of the
I was
hardest
gonna
things
say
ever, man.
LTR. You throwing out acronyms over here. We ain't that smart over here. Gotta pull that shit out.
I got you, man. I'll break it down for you, man. Don't worry, man. But yeah, man. I mean, look, I'm not saying that, you know, Al Pacino's, or I forgot who he was dating and got pregnant, man. Some young girl, I think she was like maybe 23, 27, and he was like 70,
No, I don't do
or
that, bro.
60.
Al Pacino
Yeah,
is like 90 something years old.
look at
Hold on.
that, man.
I'm gonna have to
So
fact check it. I'm a fact check it.
Dog.
yeah, check that out, man. I
Dog.
forgot how old the girl was and how old he is, but I know it's a gap of over 30 years, easily. But I think 10, 15 years is it's cool. Like, you know what? I wouldn't mind being 10 years older than my wife
Al
right now.
Pacino's old ass is 83 years old.
How old is his girlfriend that got pregnant? But yeah,
Mm,
like
mm,
my
mm.
friends doing that like 15, 10 years, man. That's life experience that you could bring to your relationship on things you've done, experiences you've been, things you could bring her into your world. 20 what?
29.
29.
83 and 29.
Mm.
Look at that.
That's wild, man.
That's
That's a
damn
That's
near
lot.
almost
wild.
50 years, man. I mean, that's wild. 50 years is
That's
a
wild.
little extra.
Al
But
Pacino's
15, 10
83 years
years,
old. Man.
I see yourself. If you're with any, I mean, if you're with a girl that's like 25 and you're 35, a girl that's 27, you're 37, I don't see nothing wrong with that.
Bro.
10 years?
Bro. I,
Eh,
eh,
Yeah.
okay, so all right, let's flip it around, right?
Hmm.
I told somebody that I was going to talk about this earlier in this week. Have y'all been following this Jalen Green situation?
I have not.
Okay, so
The one,
Fill
NBA,
me in. Fill me in.
yeah.
so it's NBA player Jalen Green
Hmm.
from the Houston Rockets. The brother is 22 years old, young brother, right?
Hmm.
Hooked up with this 39-year-old woman, got her pregnant. I see you shaking your head, bro. Why you shaking your head?
I mean, because you're gonna flip it the opposite way. I mean, he's 22 years old. He's got his whole life ahead of him. Now he's messing with a mature woman who's gonna have some expectations from him and not realize. And not, she's never objectively, yes, she's gonna know his age. There's an age difference, but I think instinctively, her as a female, that's not gonna last. I mean, it's a little different because he has money, right? So it's
Mm-hmm.
like he has financial skills, but I think mental wise, like relationship being able to be compatible, that's not gonna last. I truly feel that, and I'm a firm believer that women need to look up to men. In order for that to happen, you need to be older than your woman, and you need to be able to bring some type of a life experience.
I don't want to
And
toot my own horn, but I'm younger than my woman, so just saying.
okay, all right.
Toot. It's just
Right, Fred is the one exception. All right, here and now, Fred is the one exception. But
So,
what do you think, E? 22,
um,
39. He's a highly paid. What position does he play?
shit.
Did he play on the Knicks
the
at one time?
bench.
I don't believe so. Not at 22
Well,
years old. The Rockets might be his first team. I
okay.
mean, I could be wrong. I don't follow the NBA. I'm just following the
Yeah,
story.
me either.
Hold
What
on.
am I?
To jump
Go ahead.
on your point with that, you also had Larissa Pippen, Scottie Pippen's ex-wife,
Oh, I heard about that with Michael
with
She
Jordan,
Michael
was
though,
just
right?
Jordan.
doing that to mess with Scotty. She was just doing that to mess with Scotty. I don't think she was.
They
I
just
They
don't
get
think she
married
was.
though?
No,
Oh,
no,
okay.
no. They ain't get married. They ain't
And they
get
don't have a
married.
child together, right?
no, they don't have it.
All right, so
No.
they just smashing. That's it. All right,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, yeah.
All right,
She
whatever.
out there. She about that life.
Yeah.
Now,
But
as far as
she was 50 and he was like 33 or 35 around there.
Mhm.
but you see, I feel like at 33 or 35, you know a lot more than somebody who's 22 years old.
Correct. Yo, you don't know shit until you even at 30, you start realizing I gotta get this shit off of my fucking foot of all the stuff
Mm-hmm.
I've been stepping on in my 20s. And then you
Mm-hmm.
start trying to navigate through life and figure shit out. But you don't know shit from shit until you hit your 30s.
But I'll throw it on the flip side with this situation. So you figure him and Scotty were boys, right? Going over each other's houses. So did she babysit for this kid? Like when he was younger? And now
You just
he's
made it weird.
Yeah, so you say she's got a
keeping it
fetish?
real, like
Is what you said?
we on that Bill shit. Like
Yes.
like
She
she
wanted to be a MILF.
she babysitting him and then she fucking him when he gets older. Like that's
Yeah.
weird, bro.
She wanted to coddle the balls.
Oh.
She saw him drop at that point.
That's it.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie. The loss of Pippen ordeal. I'm not upset with it. I think more or less it was her just really trying to get at Scotty because she was out there. I mean, didn't she smash Future? Future had a whole line in a song about him smashing Pippen's wife in Gucci flip flops. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I
So,
ain't even here.
dog, I'll send you the link to the song when we finish this, bro,
Alright,
because the joint is crazy. Now, as far as the Jalen Green situation, here's why I'm not upset with it.
Mm.
I feel like if there was blame to be put on somebody, he's a grown man, right? He is a grown man.
Yeah.
At 22, you're a grown
Don't
damn
get me
man.
wrong. No, I'm not
You're
saying
right.
no. I'm not blaming anything, but I don't agree with it. But guys,
So I'm going to answer it with a question.
mm.
Where are all the OGs at? Like, where are all the older dudes who should be around this dude and dropping game on him? Like, yo, bro, do what you're gonna do, but don't. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So you're okay with it, but you obviously admitted in this question that it shouldn't have happened. There should have been somebody, some key person, in his life, potentially a male figure, to tell him, yo, my man, smash that. Make sure you rap that.
Facts. That should have
Smash that, but
happened.
man,
It's the
so
cloud
I'm not
chasers.
against
She's a cloud
him
chaser.
smashing a 39-year-old and him being 22. Smash whoever you want. If you want to smash a 40-year-old, I mean 50, you might be going a little bit above, age range. Might not even be wet down there at that time, man. But I don't know. I don't know how it go, but like having a baby with a 39-year-old, there's just certain expectations she's gonna have at 39, and there's certain things at 22 he's not gonna want to do.
Dog.
He is not gonna want to sit there and do X, Y, and Z
Bro, I'm
at
gonna tell you
22 and
something.
she's 39 years old.
I'm gonna tell you something.
He's fucking
Let-
everything moves. Like,
Listen,
at that
listen.
point.
What's this woman's name? Drea Michelle.
Oh.
Drea
What's
Michelle.
wrong with her wanting to get pregnant at 30? I mean, you know
She's-
Are
what?
you serious? Are you serious, bro?
That was her last
Instagram
shot, right?
model.
That was her last shot. There's nothing wrong with it. That was a moneymaker right there.
And you know what?
That was
Right
a
there.
moneymaker.
Right there. What
And
you
you know what's
just
fucked up?
Go ahead.
Fucked up? Even if it wasn't, even if there's truly like some type of love, because who am I to be opinionated? I'm not in their relationship. I know nothing about them until what you told me right now. So I don't want to play devil's advocate. I don't want to be a fucking huge hypocrite and put my foot in my mouth. But even if there is love, right? Even if it wasn't about some money and it was love, she really had to ask herself, damn, this is my last shot. I'm going to do it like this. And the money had to be a part of it. The money was a big part of
course.
it. She
Of
wasn't getting
course.
with no 22-year-old guy who works at as a firefighter, as a police officer. I'm not even gonna say just somebody who's not really making any money. Let's just say it's a decent blue collar worker, right? That makes anywhere from, I don't know, 80 to 100K a year. She's not getting with him if he's 22 years old. Maybe if he's 38 years old and he's already vested in his career and has been doing that and is working on his retirement. But the only way that happens is a pro athlete.
I 100%
All
agree.
right, all right, I'm gonna throw this out there. Like, if you're gonna clout chase and you're gonna try to go after a pro athlete, go after somebody good. Like,
Oh shit.
This dude ain't that good. Like, he coming off.
I don't think it matters. And listen, man.
Like, he playing
average,
30 minutes a game and he's averaging like 15, 20.
No, but you know why that's not going to happen? You know what? I'm going to tell you why that's.
What's the minimum payment that a bench player gets?
But that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. You know why that's not going to happen? Because those guys that you're talking about that have that better level talent, there are way more people around him saying, nah, we're not doing this here. Yeah. Like, that's not happening to LeBron.
Yeah.
That's not happening to Steph Curry.
4 years, 40 million.
That's how much he's getting?
Yeah.
Come on, bro. Come on.
He's making enough, bro.
Come on, bro.
The fucking person who plays the bench in the NFL, man, is making what, at least $400K a
Come
season?
on, bro.
A minimum?
4 years, $40 million.
40 years, 40 million. He just got a contract extension in 21.
Dog, that's $10 million a year.
Mm-hmm.
She's set for life.
Come on, bro.
And then the sad part about it is, link up with me. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens in 2 to 5 years if they still together.
Oh no, they're not gonna. No.
See, but like, to go off your point, like, at least she's an Instagram model. You got Zion Williamson out here.
Oh, smashing
porn stars, getting them pregnant. Like,
and again, yes, bro.
He got her pregnant.
And again, I asked the question, where are all the older dudes at? Why are y'all not in these locker rooms and in these dudes is like
smash a porn star though, like that's been ran through over and over. So but see, that goes back to some type of fetish. It's some type of fetish you got in your head. You want to go and do that because you're a pro athlete, you're making money, you had a huge college career. So I know you was getting ass in college.
Mm-hmm. He didn't go to college. Didn't Zion? He came straight out of high school.
No, he went to Duke. He was.
Okay. I'm bugging.
So you was in college, smashing in college, smashing the whole cheerleading team, the whole sorority team squad, running through them because you know that was happening. And then you go in here and
how dare you, sir? How dare you? How dare you? I will not let you come on here and besmirch the.
Look at you.
I will not allow it. How dare you?
Listen here, buddy. You're not gonna get away with this.
How dare you?
From my lawyer.
He's got one on retainer. It's okay.
Right.
Listen,
but yeah,
listen,
man,
bro.
I'm just like, I mean, yo, young kids make stupid mistakes, and this is what we go back to what we were saying earlier in the show. Youth is wasted on the young. You know, man. If you would know the things you know now, you have not done the shit that you did 5 years ago. Because your actions that you did 5, 10 years ago are the reason why you're at in the place that you're at right now.
Facts. That's big
So
facts.
it's all decisions you make, man. You control your life. You move that piece on the chessboard every single day. So however it ends in that game, it's you. All you is the steps you taking.
So I'll play devil's advocate because I'm sure the ladies are saying like this is bullshit. Like,
Of course they are.
Taking a younger dude, like, do we give a pass to Al Pacino?
Hell no. Hell no.
Because
I said 10 to 15, bro. 10 to 15.
De Niro did the same thing. I'm sure. I know he had a young chick.
He did. Fucking Godfathers.
Dog, Al Pacino, are you fucking kidding me? Like, are you serious? You talking about Al Pacino, which in all likelihood, this is what's happening in the house right now.
Crazy right now, yo.
Crazy.
How he looks?
Crazy.
His hair's all wild. He like the fucking Italian Don King.
Just imagine the conversation that's happening in Al Pacino's house, right? You probably hear him going like this. Hey, who shit? Was that you or was it me? One of us has to get changed. One of us has to get our diaper changed, right? Like, dog, 83 years old.
That's pretty impressive right there. Like,
come on, man.
Law dude going on. Yeah, he was like an old version of fucking what's this dude's name that played Tony Stark? Right? Yo, don't he?
You know who he looks like? He looks like the bad guy from the Smurfs.
Gargamel. They called him Gargamel. Oh, Downey Roberts, man. There you go. That's what I was thinking about.
Yo, and not that I watched the Oscars. I just heard somebody talking about it. Didn't he go on the Oscars the other day and just read off whoever won? Didn't even fucking.
Al Pacino. It's Al Pacino.
Man, Gargamel over there trying to collect the Smurfs.
Oh my God, man.
What you were saying about the Oscars? What happened?
Man, didn't Al Pacino go on the Oscars the other day and just read off whoever won? You know how like they bring out the presenters and they got to go through this whole whatever. They said he just came out there and said, and the winner is Oppenheimer. And just fucking left. Or something like that. That's what he did.
He needed that.
Oh, and he got a baby.
Man. He had to get back home, bro.
And he got a baby at home.
26-year-old wife.
Oh my God.
Take a nap. Take a nap after. Make me a sandwich. Take a nap.
He's trying to get home before she finds somebody else on Tinder.
She could be, man.
Hey, listen, man. Listen. Shout out to the sugar daddies. Shout out to all the cougars out there. Cause some of y'all gonna grow up. Some of y'all just found out recently that your grandmama was out there hoeing. You know.
Damn.
Listen.
Welcome to OTBS, Craig.
Listen, man.
Damn, bro. Grandma had to learn how to make the pie somehow.
Listen. Can we be grown here for a second? Okay. All right. Some of y'all went to those family. Some of y'all went to those family reunions and said, "Wait a minute, how many cousins do I have?"
Like, if you're one of your old aunts, your great aunts, or any aunt or any family member that's like a distant relative, his name is Cookie. There's a reason why they call her Cookie, right? There's a reason, and they got some weird names like Cookie, Mimi. You know, like just some weird name like that, man. There's a reason why they had that name, man.
Listen, and Grandpa too.
Tell you about my days.
Grandpa too. The fellas, y'all are not immune to the shit. Yeah, you're not excluded. Not even in the least bit. Because listen, bro, you go to some of these funerals, some of these family reunions, and you looking at these people across the pew, and I'm like, yo, why does dude look so much like me, but lighter? That's your brother, man.
That's
Just go.
funny that you say that, man. I met some cousins. Like I met my mom's,
Oh
uh,
man.
uh, I guess what is it, stepsister, right? Or
Mhm.
half sister. No, that's the right word, half sister. Cause my grandfather was like doing his thing, I guess, man. And I was like, oh shit, my mom got a sister and I got cousins. I didn't even know. And we
Trifling.
only met them because they was at my uncle's funeral. So
Damn.
that's crazy, man.
Eh.
That's life, man. Life is fucked
It
up, man.
beats
But
like that. Though. It beats like
you gotta learn how to live with it, man. You gotta learn how to laugh at it, right? Yo, life should be either interesting, intriguing, or funny to you, man.
That's a
If
fact.
you live life like
yeah.
that, you be good.
Mm.
You be good, man. Like weed out all the negative shit. Forget about all the shit that brings you down. If it life, you gotta take it, man. Some things are gonna be interesting, you wanna learn about. Some things are gonna be intriguing and scratches your head, makes you ponder, or some things are just gonna be funny. And most of the shit that's fucked up, you gotta look at it in a funny light view or a funny bird's eye view about it. Because if you could laugh at it, then you could just tell yourself, all right, I could figure out a way to maneuver through this. Because if you're mad and angry, you're gonna be stuck on that. And you're not gonna be able to rationalize, you're not gonna be able to decompartmentalize and then figure shit out, come up with a
Mm.
plan. And I think that's the best thing about us men. We're always trying to figure out a plan in order to get shit right. That's right. We
Mm.
got a ship, and this is where we're trying to go. And all right, what do I gotta do? I gotta work the rudder. I gotta do this. I gotta make sure I got steam or gas or however I'm rolling with my transportation. But you gotta
I was gonna
figure this
say,
shit
what
out,
ship
right?
you taking, Craig?
Yeah, man. You know, man. Shit, like I had a
Titanic
couple
in
of these, bro.
1912? God damn.
Man, I might get the one that got the fan on the back, man. Blowing on that shit.
Hey, yo.
As long as I ain't rowing that shit, man, we good to
Yo,
go.
Craig, what's in your cup, bro?
Little something too strong, too much.
Yeah, yo, Freddie, get us out of here, bro.
You wrapping this up already? All right.
Hey, yo, listen, we could keep going, but I think Craig a little toasty.
Nah, man, let's keep this going, man. I'm warm, good to go.
Let's do
Yo.
it. Let's do it. He trying to wrap us up. He trying to get us out of here too
Oh
early.
man, calling it
Nah,
quits
yo,
on
you
me,
know
bro.
what? Nah, I'm good. We're gonna stick around a little bit longer, but at some point we're gonna celebrate a little later on. Today, me and the wife made 14 years together, man.
Yo, God
Uh,
bless.
yo, bro.
Congratulations.
14.
Congratulations.
Thank you, bro. Thank you, man. And shout out to Freddie and Marty, man. Yo, they surprised us today. Yo, y'all wild, man. They surprised us with some stuff. Uh, good people, bro. We know some good people, and I'm glad we all. Not only are we
Cheers
good
to that.
people, we are good parents, and we got good kids. Yo, do y'all? I know we going back to the kids here for a second. Do y'all let y'all kids curse?
I do.
In certain instances.
Define cursing. Define instances and define what you mean. Let
I
them
mean, I don't
curse.
think it's like as vulgar to say they're using it in like sentences like, yo, what the fuck, dad? Like, I can't believe this person did this to me. Can you believe that asshole? He's not talking like that, but it's almost like, tell me how many curses you know. You know, like let me hear. Like, do you know how to like shit? You know, like I'll fuck around with my kids and like they'll say something stupid. I'll give them the middle finger, and they'll give it right back to me, and it's just like fucking around. But they know like if we're out and about.
Time and place.
Yeah,
Right.
time and place, man. Time and place is big with me and my family, man. They know the deal. They know like I expect them to act at a certain caliber wherever we go. But when we're
Mm-hmm.
home, I want you to feel as comfortable as possible to be able to talk to me as simple as possible, man. Simplicity is key with kids, man. You
Mm-hmm.
know, try not to make things too technical, too advanced, too complicated. Just very simple mathematics, man, gets the shit done. So we have fun, man. Like Fred said, certain instances.
Yeah. For us, Lil man knows if you on the field, you between those lines, it's fair game. Like
Mm-hmm.
you got to let it known. You got to express yourself. You you can do it. Like, but he knows, like, it's funny because this week he was playing on Xbox with some of his boys, and he's like the old man in the group, right? So like,
He's the oldest out of
and he
everybody
puts,
that's playing.
yeah, so I can't hear
That's
what's
funny.
going on in the headset. But
He's
you
only
hear
9.
boy,
He's the oldest one.
language.
Yeah, how
It's
young
such,
are the other guys? 5 and 6.
yo, you know some of the other boys, like, you
Yeah, I
hear
got you.
language, boys, language.
Yeah.
But
Yo, the boys that play Fortnite, man, I like they usually close their door and I'll be walking by and I'll be like, "What the heck, man? Yo, you didn't kill this nigga." I'm like, "What the fuck is going on in here?" Like, like it's a game, yo. Like my oldest, he be getting mad when his little brother be messing up, and I guess they don't be doing whatever they're supposed to do in the game. What the hell, bro? You're not doing it right. The fuck? I be like, "Yo, chill out, man. Like, just watch it, man." I think mothers are more serious about that than dads are.
yeah,
I think dads tend to have that type of like cool, laid back type of swag. Mom might say no, and dad is just like, yeah, it rock. I mean, my things for certain instances because like when it comes to school sports, like if you're doing everything right, my kids they're on the honor roll, they bring home good grades, they're great role models in school, both of them for their age bracket and the friends that they have. So those little things that I hear at home, that shit don't bother me, man, because they know time and place. So I think it's a good balance between besides being simple, good balance with your kids, man.
It's very interesting. That's a very interesting take from my two older brothers that I have here with me tonight. So I had this conversation with my kids, even as recently, right? Uh, we were talking about kids, telling jokes in school and stuff like that. Let's be honest. Kids are cursing in school. It's just it's happening. It's happening.
I mean,
Right?
you was 8, you was 9. You remember what it was
right.
like, right?
Yeah, of course.
You
And I
learned
said,
the fucking 8, and you was like, oh,
yeah,
on the playground.
it happens. It's going to happen, right?
Mhm.
Um, and I even gave them an example. I said, listen, if kids are joking on you or something like that, and you're gonna say a curse word in school, I get it. Now, if you get caught saying it, it's gonna be some hell to pay.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't care what the situation is. You better look over your shoulder 3 times before you let it go. Do one of these. Yeah. Yes, because that's just what better happen.
Fucker.
Exactly. There you go. That's how it needs to be done.
Mr. McQueen.
Yo, bro, let me tell you something. At 36 years old, at 36, I still can't curse in front of my parents. Like I still, I can't let it go.
I think that's dope respect, man, because like I don't know, man. I grew up with my mom, right? And my mom was my mom was fucking tough. She was like nails on chalkboard tough, man. Just like everything was screeching and like she was mad about everything.
Sweetheart.
If I ain't throw out the garbage,
Sweetheart.
I mean, simple shit, but then other shit would be like, my mom was very like OCD. If I didn't have the kitchen a certain type of way, right? It's like a constant like flux of hearing that nagging, and you growing up with no man in your life to be there to kind of support you and hold you. Like I had a lot of men role models in my life, but nobody in the household that lived with me. It was
Dog,
just
I
me and
swear
kind
to
of my
God,
mom.
I swear to God, I thought you were getting ready to say I had a lot of men coming in and out of my house.
Bro. My mom
thought it
nickname
too,
is not
but
Cookie,
I didn't
bro.
say nothing. I was gonna let him keep going.
Yeah, bro. I said Cookie,
This
right?
isn't
My
a
mom's
safe
name is
space,
Norma.
Craig. It's not a safe space.
Yo, bro.
Listen, I'm sipping. You need to start sipping over there too, E, man.
I got yo. Half of this
Yeah,
was whiskey.
he was like, this shit about to get juicy.
Yo, y'all
And
sitting here on the edge of my
Fred's
seat.
like, yo, pay attention. We're gonna have to cut and edit this shit later.
Yo, I'm sitting here on the edge of my seat, like,
Oh damn.
Nah, but back to the story at hand.
go ahead, bro.
It's like she was just tough, man. And I think anybody that has a Hispanic or black parent, I think most of the time they're fucking tough, especially a single parent. You know, they have it hard trying to raise a boy in an urban community. Shout outs to a lot of my role models, like my brother, my uncles, that always were holding it down, kind of trying to show me the way. But nonetheless, you know, you got that father figure in the household, it's a whole different story. You know, I think you gotta have two parents in the household. That's a healthy childhood for a kid to grow up in. I'm not saying like no kid's not gonna be able to be president if he was raised by one parent. You know, anything's possible, but I think he has more chances, or she has more chances to be more healthier and successful with two parents in the household. You know, but with that being said, it was just like I think by the time I was like a teenager, like me and my mom, we fought a lot. I mean, a lot. And it was like, it was almost like, you know, I think the problem was she kind of looked at me to be like, her tampon. Her to just kind of like, all her problems. Yeah. Like, you know, her fucking tampon, bro. For all her problems, any like shit that she had going on and shit like that, just like to dump on me. You know, and it was like, that was tough, man. That was fucking tough to have, bro. Absolutely, man.
Of all the things that you could have used,
Nah, I like tampon. I like it.
of all the
I
things,
like it, man, because it was a bloody fucking mess of bullshit, bro. Bloody fucking mess of bullshit.
You gonna double down?
Yeah.
Welcome to
we're
on
gonna
that.
give you a chance to recant this. I mean, we
Nah,
don't
no
do no
chance.
editing anyway because
I was
it's too
gonna
late.
say respect it because he doubled down on that shit. He wasn't taking it back.
Yo, I mean, look, we said we're gonna be real, right? I'm not trying to fake the funk. It is what it is. I love my mother. I do. Absolutely with all my heart. But was I there and go through all that bullshit? On that bullshit? I'm talking to you guys about that bullshit. I think we're gonna keep it real. You know what I mean?
Bill shit, brother. Bill shit.
Bullshit.
Bullshit.
But we talk a lot of bullshit, so
So
on
come on.
TBS, that's what we do.
Come on, man. Get with the acronyms, bro. Come on, let's get it right. But like I was saying, man, all that nagging, man, just kind of like I think it builds up resentment, and then it just the fight started, you know, and the aggression, and it's like when I was this is really just going back to you cursing, like saying you wouldn't curse with your mom and stuff. Like I would lose my shit. I'm like, what the fuck, mom? I remember the first time I said it, and I was like 16 years old. It was just like it was a buildup of just natural anger, just dealing with that shit all the time.
And how did she respond to that?
I should try to whip my ass. She bit me. I remember that. She fucking bit me. Because you know what it was? Like I was working out. I was going I was in football. So I was working out at the time. And I remember like she pissed me off so much I punched the closet and I broke the closet. And she flipped. She came running at me and like I kind of like grabbed her. You know, you grab a Spanish woman, like especially your parent, you're not supposed to grab them because now they're even more pissed off.
Now they think you hit them.
Yeah, exactly. So now her superhuman strength, mother strength came out, right? So I'm holding her down, and then she couldn't get out, and she's like 5'1", and she just bites me right on the thing.
On the
pause.
Pause on that, right on the shoulder.
Oh
shit. Yo, bro. Yo, man.
Pause on that, man. I mean, I got
this in a safe space, Craig. We told you it's not.
I got distracted because something was put down on.
Yo, bro, we gotta slow down.
I got a story like not like that, but I was talking to my mom's this week, And she was like, "Oh, I checked out your show." She's like, mind you, both my parents retired pastors, so like I've cursed in front of them before, but like you
Mhm.
tone it down because out of respect and stuff like that. She's like, I couldn't listen to your show for so long. You I'd never heard that side of you. Like, well, yeah, that's your son uses a lot of potty talk words, mom.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I've heard that too. This is definitely a language barrier show. So whatever. It is what it is. This is what we do. This is just us talking, sitting here shooting the shit. But yeah, man, like back to the kids cursing thing. That was another thing, kind of tying back into what we talked about at the beginning about getting used to living in a community like this, or just whatever you want to call it. Hearing the the foul language that parents were allowing kids to get away with around here. Our last big snowstorm that we had, I was outside shoveling, and my kids were giving us a hand. And they had some kids in the neighborhood walking around. They wanted to, they wanted the kids to come out and play and all this other stuff. But they saw the kids were shoveling, so they said, "Oh, could we help?" And I said, "Listen, y'all could help. Matter of fact, if you help, I'll pay you. I'll give you, a couple $10, whatever." So the kids are out there shoveling, just making my life a little bit easier. So one of the kids, something happened while they were shoveling, and they go, and I hear it off in the distance. I hear one of the kids go, "Ah, shit!" So I just hear my daughter go. She goes, "Hey, you can't say that here." And I stood there. It was one of my proudest moments, and I stood there and I go, "You goddamn right, you goddamn right." Like they know, because you know what it is, man. It's just a couple of things that I see kids they do now that I guess it's just how I was raised. It's not that it's wrong or it's right, just that how I was raised. It could be different. Like when you hear kids getting called by their parents, like just for an example, like if I call Mason, right, and I go, "Hey, Mason," and he goes, "What?" Bro, like when I hear kids respond "what" to their parents, it's almost like I'm almost waiting for the sound of carnage to immediately follow. Yo, let me tell you something. If I were to respond "what" to my mother when
Doomsday
she
apocalypse.
did you what?
It's an
What did
asshole on site.
Oh, on site, bro. But here now you hear kids, "Oh, such and such, what? Oh, could you come?" And I'm just like, wow. Like even now, like even though my kids like they slip up every now and then. Like I'll call Avery, she goes, what, huh? What? And I say, huh? She goes, "Oh, what did you say? I didn't hear you." And it's like, yeah, because what to me is kind of just like what do you want? Like, why are
Yeah,
you
a little
bothering
bit
me?
of a disrespect.
Yeah, and I don't know. It's just
Um, I mean, so to be honest with you, I was a what kid, and the only person that taught me that I shouldn't say what was my dad. So my dad would be like, "Boy, what do you mean what? It's just that." And like now that I got boys, like they know they got it. They get pissed off, and I can see it in their face, but they know they got to answer me as "yes, dad," "no, dad," "excuse me, dad."
Mhm.
It's just a level of respect. But and it's
Exactly.
funny because you do this with your kids at the household when you gotta check them, but then you hear all these compliments from people at school, people on the football field or whatever sports that they play. Like, yo, hey, you doing a great job as a parent, because your kids are very respectful, they're very well brought up, they're very polite, they're super nice, they're super humble, they're super gracious, they're always saying thank you. So, that's a good feeling to know that
Yeah.
whatever you're doing at home is not in vain.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
I'll throw this out to you guys. We all been on the football field. We all been coaches.
Mm.
Dealing with those kids that don't have those manners,
Mm.
that don't have that how tough is it for you to bite your tongue
Bro, I don't
in
bite my
that
tongue.
aspect?
Yeah, I was getting ready to say, bro. I
I don't bite my tongue.
couldn't even attest to what
Maybe
you're
not
talking
bite your
about,
tongue is
bro.
the right phrase, but to navigate that that aspect of it.
Yeah, bro.
Okay.
I couldn't.
Yeah, you want to try this? You want to take this E?
Yeah, bro. Cause listen, man.
A lot of it's funny on the field.
Whatever you do with your parents in the confines of your home, as far as the respect, as far as respect for adults, whatever happens between you and your parents, in the confines of your home, I'm cool with that. But when it comes to me, listen, I'm gonna say this. I overly enjoy being a coach and coaching children and helping them reach a level of whatever it is that they need to to reach. You know what I'm saying? I love inspiring the kids. I love just that shit. There's no greater feeling, and I know you guys can agree with that, in the world than to have kids look up to you and you be able to inspire them and coach them up and just see them progress and see them become better and see them become uh, better than they were before they met you. There's no greater feeling than that in the world. Now, with that said, I don't have any children who are friends of mine. And here's what I mean when I say this. You guys are my friends.
Mm-hmm.
I have friends that I work with. I have friends that, that I go out, we drink, we hang out, or whatever, go to games and all this other stuff. Even my kids. My kids are not my friends. Like, we're not acquaintances. We're not on the same level. You're a child. So when you address me as an adult. Have that respect for me as an adult. If you're your mother's friend and talk to her as such, hey, it's your business. If you're your dad's friend and talk to him as such, hey, listen, what you eat don't make me shit. It is what it is. But when you're here with me, respect is not an option. You have to respect me. If I don't let my own kids disrespect me, I think I'm gonna let you. Like, no,
Mm-hmm.
no, because
Absolutely.
if you don't respect me, I can't. There's nothing that I can do for you.
Yeah.
I can't do shit for you if you don't respect me. And if we can't have that understanding, then this is not gonna work. And that just is what it is. And if you are that child or you have that child that you haven't taught them, listen, um, you respect adults that respect you. I want to put that out there because we've seen it. Some adults, they disrespect kids and fuck those people. You know what I'm saying? Like those people that they're just assholes. They're losers. But when it comes to a child and an adult, I just feel like there's like a level that sometimes I feel like the lines get a little too blurred, especially nowadays. And I don't get it. I don't understand it. Uh, but that's kind of just where I am with that, man. Like let's 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 start with respect. We'll have fun. We'll do all of that other shit. But as long as we can start with respect, oh man, the sky's the limit. The sky's the limit, bro. Well, that's kind of where I am with it.
Absolutely, man. I think kids, you gotta check them, man. If you don't check them, you give them an inch, they'll take a yard. Give me, your hand, they'll take your arm. Because
Hmm.
kids are gonna. I think any human being, not even kids, like they're gonna
Right.
take as much as you let them until you check and you put your foot down. But can't be friends with your kids. It's just there's a separation there.
True.
You're
Yeah.
the parent, they're the child. Those are the two titles that you're playing in the household, and I think a lot of parents they're trying to navigate as parents to be good parents, and I think those lines get blurred, so they don't distinguish between like I gotta be a parent.
Hmm.
I can't sit here being friends because I want to know everything my child is doing or I want to make sure they're happy, or even if this goes back to vicariously living through your child, you're trying to make sure you had the relationship you wanted as a kid. Because we're all trying to like soothe our inner child, right? At the end of the day, whatever we do, a lot of stuff that we do is because we wish we had as a child, or we wish we had as a young person. So such a disadvantage when you don't do that distinction or that separation between you and the child,
Mm-hmm.
because your child needs guidance. Your
Absolutely.
child will not have guidance from a friend. He has guidance from somebody older than him that's a role model.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at Craig bringing it all back together like a host. Look at you, Craig.
Man, I'm
Look at
I'm
you,
just
man.
picking up on your
Nah, it's
I'm
real
picking up
shit.
on your key points, man. You guys are
That's real
good, man.
shit.
You guys are making
It's
it
real
pretty
shit.
easy for me.
It's real shit. No, I think he's he's
Yeah, you nailed it, man.
yeah, he absolutely did. And you have to let your kids. I know it's tough. I'm not gonna say that it's easy as a parent, but you gotta let your kids fail
You
when it
have
comes
to.
to certain. You
100%.
I think that's the
have
best
to
thing.
let
You
them
learn so much from
fail.
failure.
You have to let them fail sometimes, man. Because you know why? Especially when you're raising young boys, you allow boys to fall
Hmm.
so they know how to rise when they're men. I hope I
Dope,
said that.
Character,
dope
man.
saying, dope saying, man.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you're there to catch them and pad everything for them, I'm talking about everything, then when you're not here anymore, and unfortunately that day will come and you're not there to save them, they're not gonna know how to respond, man. And
Hmm.
and yo, so funny little story. So I don't know if it was a couple shows ago uh, when I was talking about parents and telling their kids about, it's not a bad thing just to tell your kid every now and then, yo, shut up, like you're talking too much, just be quiet, like just shut up. Like you on those long drives, like you going somewhere and your kids just talking, and you're
They're
just
not
like, yo, all
talking to
right,
them.
all right, all right. Listen, we're gonna play the quiet game. Just shut up. Just stop talking.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, just shut
All the
up.
time.
Right. And I
All the time.
said, I said on the show, when you don't do that with your kids, they go out and they get their feelings hurt in the world, right? I'm not gonna blow up the spot because I don't want to do this to the lady because the lady was a sweetheart. Yo, I went to the dentist recently, and the dental hygienist was doing the cleaning. Bro, when I tell you, they talked from the second they got into the room to the entire. Yo, I didn't even hear them take a breath, and they were talking the entire time. Like, and it was one of those, yeah, and I'm just sitting like, huh, uh-huh, yeah, uh-huh, and I'm just like, are you serious? And then they go, yeah, and then because I got divorced, and I'm like, I wonder
Oh,
why.
Yeah.
oh,
Because
I
you don't
wonder,
shut the fuck
I
up.
wonder why. I said, you probably don't shut the fuck up from the moment they walked in the door, and they probably just snapped and said, "Hey, I can't take it anymore. You don't shut the
I'm
fuck
out.
up. I'm
I'm out.
leaving." Like it's just like, but that's eventually what happens. You gotta let your kids know early what's okay and what's not okay.
Yeah.
And if you don't do that, the world is gonna do it for you.
Yeah.
Oh man, absolutely.
It's just what it is,
So
bro.
before we get to Big E's wise words and we
Oh
wrap
man,
this
it's
episode,
2 hours and 20 minutes of wild words.
this awesome episode up, I want to get both of your guys' favorite moment as a coach. We've all coached together.
Hmm.
Favorite moment as a coach. I'll start it up before I throw it over to you guys. I got two. First one, winning Mighty Bowl 2 years ago with you guys. That was an
That was
awesome
dope.
feel. Spending that season together, going through the highs and lows. And last year, last year was a tough year. Like we had a lot of adversity that we went through, a lot of bullshit, a lot of politics, and we'll save that story for another day. But our first win of the season, you know, E's
Let's
son,
go.
E's son winning the game for us, catching that touchdown pass, being able to share it first with E, and then after going over and sharing that moment with Craig, because I took over the OC stuff throughout that
Mm-hmm.
season, and
Yeah, that was my
it was
first game back,
tremendous
I
help.
think, right?
A great shoulder to lean on, a brother, and being able to share that moment with him, and that hug at that moment was very much needed. It was dope. So
Mm-hmm.
those are the two moments for me. What about you guys?
Wait, can I tell you a quick story about that moment? Just a little piggyback off your story. Yo, so Mason catches the touchdown in Newburgh. He runs it in, and he was so ecstatic. He was like, ah, because that was essentially the game right there.
Yeah.
So he walks on the sideline, and this is always, some people say it's too rough. I always try to keep him humble because you have to. Got to keep kids humble. So he comes on the sideline. He's like, yeah, He's like, Dad, did you see that? Did you see that? I looked at him right in his eyes and I go, you still suck.
He did. I swear to God, I'll vouch for that because I was within earshot of that shit.
Oh, that's
I'm
priceless. That's
rolling.
priceless.
I said, you
Kids
still
got
suck.
kids
Now go
got
sit down.
kids love
No, I love him to death, man. That's my little soldier, bro. Yo, Craig, what was yours, bro? What was your favorite coaching moment?
Oh man, I think all right, so my two are so I started this thing I think we've been coaching for 3 years now. So 3 years ago when I was head coaching for Mighty Mites. And the crazy part, I didn't want to be head coach. I just wanted to help out. But apparently the only position left over was head coach. So I kind of got like thrown into it.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, man, that was crazy. I had nothing. I had no idea what it was like to run a football team, but I knew how to coach. I was good with kids, and I knew how to play football. I was pretty smart at it. So, I mean, I think everybody from Washingtonville says it, and I hear it all the time. When I say, "How you feel?" Good. How good? Real good. And to hear other divisions in our town football league use that saying or that model, and like I'll be on the field walking by, and as you know, guys, I'm not coaching right now, but I'm over there, consulting and helping out whenever I can, when I get a chance, and I'll hear that in the background, like, how you feel? Like, I'm not bragging, I'm super humble, but to know like I started something and it's still going and everybody jumped on that bandwagon and bought into that, I think that's pretty cool. That was a pretty amazing experience. And I think the second one, which is my favorite, so I never got to coach my oldest son, but I did get to coach Ryan, my youngest. And first game of the season, you know, he played quarterback for the second half. The whole entire game changed. We started moving the ball. We're getting more excitement. We're getting more yards, and we score our first touchdown. He did a quarterback sneak, and you couldn't see him because he was like he got tackled into the touchdown area, into the end zone, and like I'm excited. The crowd's going wild. It's nighttime, Friday night lights. Everything's everything. The energy is up there, right? The tension's up. The vibes are good, and then you see Ryan come out from the end zone running out to me, right? And he goes, "First touchdown of the season, coach. Let's go." And
That's
I
dope.
think I think to be on that field and see this little 8-year-old be so excited, so disciplined, so motivated, knowing all the work and hard work he's put in through the beginning of the season, boot camp, and to come out and share that as a coach and knowing you're his father, that's a dope experience. And I think that's something I'm always gonna remember.
Mm.
That's dope.
Wow. Um,
Tearjerker.
Yeah,
Facts though.
it tugs the heartstrings, man.
It
It
does,
really
man.
does. Those moments, like I had that with Noah after we won Mighty Bowl. Like, just sharing that moment, like him crying from excitement, like holding my face, like it was something you'll never forget. It was awesome.
Now hold on, I am truly mad that I just didn't shout out and say you suck after he scored the touchdown.
Right.
I should have said that.
Oh man. I'm gonna sound like a mark. I don't want to sound like I'm copping out either. If I had to sit here and pick out two moments for the past 2 years, it's kind of rough, man, because there's so many memories that come to mind. That first year that I joined the coaching staff for D1, we didn't win not one game. Not one game. But it's so funny that during that whole year, every single game, there was a moment where I thought to myself, I cannot believe I'm on the sideline with my son who's playing football and he's in the game. Like it was surreal. It was a surreal moment every single game that I was out there, and I would watch my son on the field. Was just that was all it meant to me. And my second favorite moment, I would, yeah, this is gonna sound like a fucking cop out. I was gonna say, I would say, meeting y'all good brothers, bro. Between y'all
Appreciate
two,
that, bro.
you know, a couple other people. Another one of my brothers, we mentioned him earlier, Kenny Ingram. You know, it's I don't, yo, Fred, did you mention that moment from The Office when the guy used the line, I wish there was a way to recognize the good moments, right? So the funny thing is, I knew that I was in some special moments, like when all of this shit was taking place. Like like I don't know if y'all remember this. After every chance that I got, because I wasn't able to make every single practice because of my work schedule, but the ones that I was able to make, I tried to, I was there fully. Like I was in it. I was all the way there. But after every single practice, I always made it my business to record the breakdown, and then I would send it to the group chat.
Yeah.
Like I would always do that. And something told me to capture it because I'm like, yo, we will never get these moments back. We will never get these moments back of our kids being this age and having this time. And yeah, it sucks to lose these fucking games. It sucks. It sucks. It sucks to lose. But I wouldn't trade those moments for anything. For anything in this fucking world to be out there and go through that shit with my son. And not only my son, my daughter was the cheerleader for his team. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
that's dope.
You can't make that shit up. That's what I got, man. That's what I got.
So like you said, the quote is, I wish there was a way to know you're in the good old days before you've actually left them.
That's it. Yeah. Wow, greatest comedy show of all time.
That's pretty deep.
Greatest comedy show of all time. Over Martin.
Which character said that?
Andy Bernard.
Ridiculous.
So I think we got Big E's wise words earlier, unless you got more, bro.
You know that Bob Marley movie just came out?
Yeah, I saw the commercials of it. It looks pretty good.
Everything's gonna be all right. That's my wise words.
Simple.
That's
Simple
all I
but
got.
effective.
That's the
Everything's
name.
gonna be all right.
And I think that ties it in with everything we've been talking about, right?
Yep. That's the
Everything's
name
gonna be all right.
right there. Everything's
Nice one.
gonna be all right.
Cheers to that.
So, with that being said, I want to say thank you to our brother, Coach Craig.
Greg McQueen!
Thanks for having me, fellas, man. I appreciate it, man. It's been an honor. I appreciate it. I'm
Always.
glad I made the cut. Get on OTBS, man. Yeah, you guys made this real fun. And whenever you guys want to have me on again, let me know, man.
Of
Love
course,
everything
bro.
y'all doing, man.
Sure.
I love the show. Wishing you guys all the best and just keep it up, man. Keep it up.
Like and subscribe, please.
Yeah.
The Sports Frenzy Podcast on YouTube, The Sports Frenzy Pod on Twitter, The Sports Frenzy Podcast on Facebook, Instagram, OTBS on Facebook. Go to all of those, like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. We thank you guys for listening, and we'll catch you next week. Peace.
Later.